Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this simple little snowman. And I do have a pattern for you, and I'll place that link in the first comment below this video, as well as on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com. And I think you're going to enjoy this tutorial. And if you have a chance, be sure and check out my friend Craftie's channel as well. She has a lot of Christmas items on there. And I also have another friend by the name of Rosa from Rosa's Creative Way. She has some gorgeous crafts on her channel. I would love for you to check her out. So if you do that, please let them know that Happy Bird sent you, and I'd really appreciate that. So with that said, let's move on to the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is some stiff white felt. Okay, it's stiff, and make sure you get the kind without the adhesive back. You don't want any peel-off adhesive back on this or anything like that. Okay, you just want plain stiff white felt. Now I picked this up at Michael's, but I also know that Hobby Lobby carries it. Then you're going to need a snowman pattern. Now I provided a pattern for you, and here's the little snowman that I cut out. And all I did was I took the pattern and used the double-sided sticky tape and just stuck the pattern to the felt, this felt right here. And then I just took my scissors and cut it out, and then I peeled the pattern off, and this is what we have left. So you can do that if you'd like, or you could just go on Google and type in snowman pattern, and one will pop up for you. And I'll also put a link to the snowman pattern on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and I'll also put it in the link in the first comment below this video. Okay, so I have some triple thick, and if you've followed me for any length of time, you'll know that before decorating the snowman, I always like to go in with this little makeup brush that I bought from the Dollar Tree for $1. And I like to put a little triple thick on the top to form a skin. And the reason why I do this is because I want the skin to dry so I can just decorate it. If I just try decorating it without this skin, then everything I put on here will soak in instead of staying on the top. So I'm just doing a little bit at a time. I purchase my triple thick online on eBay. The best value is to buy the 8-ounce jar. This is only a 4-ounce jar. I'm going to need a larger one. Now I know that they also sell triple thick at certain craft stores, also online, other places. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I always get questions as to where this can be bought. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. And you can speed up this drying process. I have a tabletop fan, and I put it on low, and then I just let this dry overnight. And once this is dry, I'm going to turn it over and do the back the exact same way. So while all these skins here are forming, then I'll get ready for the next part. So stay with me. Okay, so as you can see, our snowman has the skin on, and it's dried on the front and the back. So we're going to come in with some more triple thick. And I chose a whole bunch of glitters, different textures that were this white iridescent color. So I'll be using this extra fine glitter in Glitz by Recollections, and then I'm using the Tencel glitter in Glitz by Recollections. And if you don't have these exact brands or can't find them, just find something equivalent to that. And then I'll be using this iridescent glitter, jumbo glitter that I bought at Walmart called Crystal Quartz. And lastly, I'll be using the clear German glass glitter in the 70 grit. And of course I'll have the link for that on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com. So I'm going to come in again with my triple thick, and I'm going to be fairly generous putting it on because I want the glitter to really adhere to this, especially the glass glitter. And it's going to work fairly quickly putting this on without trying to get too sloppy. Make sure you get the edges. It's really important. And you can choose to glitter up one side or both sides. For me, I like to glitter up both sides. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on a little bit of the ultra fine glitter, not much, just a little bit, right here, like that. And then I'm going to come in with the Tencel glitter in Glitz, and I'm going to put a fairly good amount of that on. Then I'm going to come in with the jumbo glitter. Like that. And lastly, I'm going to be using this glass glitter. Like this. And then I'm going to come in at the very, very end with the ultra fine glitter just to kind of fill in any gaps. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take this popsicle stick and very gently press this down. It doesn't need to be pressed really hard, just lightly tap it because I want all those little glass shards from the German glass glitter to lie flat. Okay, now I'm going to pick it up and just kind of tap in all the little fuzzies all the way around like this. Okay, so now I'm going to allow this to dry, and of course when it dries it'll end up being very clear like glass. And I'll do the other side the exact same way, but for now we want this to dry. So it would be a really good idea to let this dry for at least 24 hours before doing the other side. But it will be well worth the wait, I promise you that. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside now and let it dry. Hi everyone, as you can see our little snowman has dried and it's nice and hard. I went ahead and let it sit for 2 days after I did this. Okay, so now we're going to make the little snowman's hat, and this is the hat pattern that I have for you that is on the Snowman Pattern. Okay, and this is just a rectangle now, but I promise it'll look like a hat by the time we're finished. So what I did was I took a piece of double-sided tape and I put it on the back here just so it would stick onto the felt while I cut it. And I'm just going to kind of rough cut it right now because I don't like all of this hanging on the back while I'm cutting. I don't know, that I just have a thing about that. Okay, and you're just going to cut along the pattern. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect, just get it as close to perfect as you can, but not 100%. Okay, so peel that off. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mini detail hot glue gun and I'm just going to run a strip of hot glue like that. Then I'm going to close this like so. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes because I want it cold to the touch before I go on to the next step. So we're going to let this dry for a few minutes. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm going to hold on to this like this. Okay, I'm going to very gently turn it inside out. Just take your time with this. There's no need to rush. Just like that. Okay. And that's the seam, that's the back of the hat. Alright. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of the ends and we're going to turn this over, make a little brim, and the brim is going to be about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, I'd say maybe maybe closer to 1/2 an inch. Okay, so we have what looks like that. Now on the back here, we're just going to put a little glue here and just press it down, and then we're going on the inside of the hat. We're going to run some glue in there because we want this to also lie flat, the brim. And that's the back part of the hat. That's not going to be the front. Okay. Okay. Alright. So now with our little snowman, we're going to kind of slip this on. Now you're not going to put this down very much because you have to leave room for the eyes, a little carrot nose, and a little mouth. Okay? So if you were to bend the hat back, you could see that I'm just putting it just right there at the top of his head. Okay? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a little bit of hot glue on the front here and on the back just to make sure this hat holds on. Okay? Alright. Alright. So now for this part, we're going to make it look gathered like that by using a clear rubber band. You can purchase these at the Dollar Tree. I think there's 300 in a pack. Or you can purchase this in any hair care section at Walmart, Target. I think Goody has these little clear rubber bands like that. They're very flexible. And I'm just going to do this. Just going to wrap it around maybe 3 times. Like that. Now you can leave it just like that, or you can cut little tiny fringes like that, fringe strips all the way around. But I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I kind of like it like that. I don't know why, I just do. Okay, so now we have his little hat on, so we're going to work on his little face. Now, I purchased some little teddy bear eyes, which are 4mm black eyes, but they're coming from China, so I imagine they'll be a while before they arrive. So what I did was I just took these little pins with the pearl at the top. See, just a pin. And I colored it with a black Sharpie marker. See? And to make an eye. So now I'm just going to take my wire cutters and let's see. And I'm just going to cut this needle part off, but be careful when you cut it off because these things fly, so I'm kind of holding onto it like that. See? And then I can dispose of this part safely. But then, see, now I've got my little itty bitty eye. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to color it with a black Sharpie. It looks like there's something on this one here. I'm not sure what it is, if it's a defect or not, so I'm going to get another pen and I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I got one here. And I'm just coloring it. Making sure I get the underside here and the top. I tried to figure out ways where I could avoid using the black puffy paint because I just have a hard time using that. I'm always afraid I'm going to mess up my crafts. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to snip this off just like I did this one, and then we'll put the eyes on. Okay, so I picked these up with my little Dollar Tree tweezers that I bought, and I found this in where the hardware section is, and they come in packages of 3. So I'm going to set this eye up here fairly close to the top of the hat, and then I'm going to place the other eye really close with the other eye. Close together is what I'm trying to say. Now let's put the other eye on. Wish my hands would stop shaking, that would help a little bit. And you're going to put it close to the other eye. So we want the 2 eyes together close because I think it looks cuter. Okay, so now for the carrot nose, and that was easy. I just took a toothpick like this, and I just took my orange Sharpie marker and just colored it like this on one end. Made sure this was nice and bright, nice and orange. Okay, make sure I didn't miss any spots. Well, maybe I could go a little brighter on this side. Okay, alright. So now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to snip a little bit of this off right here at the tip. Blow on it a minute. Okay, and then you can take scissors too if you want. I'm going to cut probably Let me measure this. Yeah, I'll probably cut I'd say a little bit over a fourth of an inch, a little bit over. In between a fourth of an inch and a half of an inch, somewhere around there. It's kind of hard to be exact. Okay, and it might be a little long, and if it's a little long, then trim it down a little more. I think I'm going to trim this down slightly. Yeah, that flies, so be careful. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be cute when I put it here like that. I just need to get some more hot glue and pick this up. And these tweezers, the pack of 3, boy, I tell you, it's really worth that $1. You can do a lot with these. Especially if you need help like me. I'm sure you can tell how graceful I am with a hot glue gun. Okay. Let's see now. The mouth. Now, I had to get a little bit inventive with the mouth. So, I'll show you what I did for that. And I think it turned out actually pretty cute. So hold on. Okay, so I took my triple thick and with a toothpick I just dripped a little bit here in the bottle cap. And I found this bead cord in my stash. It's 1 millimeter in width, so it's very thin. You could use a little bit thicker if you want, but this is what I had, so I'm using it up. And I probably would have gone for the black instead of the dark brown, but like I said, this is what I had. So I cut 1 inch of cord off. And with this cord, I'm going to dip this into the triple thick, making sure that I get it all covered. And this will dry like clear glass, as you know. Okay. Then I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to set it down right here. And with all that triple thick on it, it should adhere just fine as long as you press it down. Make sure that you put a lot of the triple thick on this. And then just don't touch it for a while. Okay, probably several hours, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to see how well it did as far as sticking down. Okay. Let me put a little more in here, because I know some of it will actually soak onto the cord, into the cord. Yeah, because you want to get it, doesn't matter if you get it goopy because it dries clear. So that part doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if you get a lot of it on your snowman, because there's triple thick on there already. And you want it up a little bit, because you got to remember we're going to be putting a scarf around his neck. Okay, so you want it up there a little bit. Okay, now this feels like it's sticking 10 times better. So give it a chance to soak in here for a while, and then, you know, make sure that you go in again and kind of stir it around a little bit. Okay, so I think this looks kind of cute and whimsical. There we go. Alright, and then we'll be back after this is completely dried. Okay, so now our little mouth is stuck on here just like I wanted it to be. And so I went to the Dollar Tree and I was actually looking for a pink blush. And the only color blush they had was called Spice, and it had kind of an orangey look. So I knew that wouldn't go very well on here. So I ended up finding some eyeshadow from the Dollar Tree. And I saw this and I saw this. So I figured that with this combination, it would probably look just like blushing cheeks. So right here at the very end of the mouth on both sides, I'm going to rub in a little bit of pink. Just like this. And then I'm going to blow it off. Any excess, like that. Okay, you don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. And I'm doing this, but I'm using basically the tip, like that. Okay, and it's just enough. You don't need a lot. Okay. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some little heart buttons down here. Thought about using the big giant ones, but I think I might use the smaller ones. Not sure. Or maybe just two of the big ones. Yeah, I'll use two of the big ones. And I got these hearts from the Dollar Tree. They sell them at Valentine's Day in 4 different sizes. But you can use any hearts you'd like. I'm looking for my glue gun. Good grief. Okay. And I'm just going to place one here. And then I'm going to place one about here. Like that. Now I'm going to put a little decoration here. I was having fun yesterday using my old Martha Stewart snowflake punch, and I was punching little snowflakes, and I was using the glittered craft foam, you know, and look how easily it cuts like that. And then you just push it in the center and take it right out, just like that. And I thought they were really pretty, so I made a whole bunch of those little embellishments. And I put a little rhinestone in the middle, like I'm going to do now with this particular one. Here, and I'm just going to use that to decorate the top of his hat. Of course, you can decorate your snowman any way you'd like. These are just the suggestions, you know, the way that I'm just showing you the way that I'm decorating it, but you can do it any way you'd like. Okay. Oh, look at our little rubber band broke. Isn't that odd? I wonder what happened. Okay. I'm going to use 2 of those rubber bands. I just noticed that. I don't know what happened. And I'm just going to wrap it around twice instead of 3 times. See, it's good that things like this happen. Then I can kind of show you. There we go. Now, let's put some hot glue on this and place it right here. Alright. There we go. And so now we're going to put the little scarf on, and all I did was cut a strip, just a thin strip of felt, and as you can tell it's not perfect, and I cut 7 inches, and then I just fringed it on both ends with scissors. That's all I did. Okay, so this is 7 inches long, and I'm going to wrap one around like this and one around like that. Make sure it's nice and even on the back before you tack it down with the glue, and that it's exactly where you want it to be. I think that I may make this side a little shorter and then wrap this around where it looks like, well, no, maybe I won't. I think, yeah, well, I think that looks good. So I'm going to place a little bit of glue right here. And then hold it down for just a second. Alright. And then I'm going to take one of my other little snowflakes and put it right here. I think that would be cute. Just like that. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to put this rickrack around the little hat like this. You don't have to do this, but I just thought it would look kind of cute. So I happen to have this blue and silver rickrack, and I didn't buy this. I actually bid on eBay. There was a woman that was had a mixed lot full of used rickrack, and it was such a great deal that I went ahead and placed a bid on it, and I won it for pretty cheap. That was a little while back now. And I'm just going to go all the way around, adding little dots here and there. And if you want information on this glue gun, just go to my blog and just click on the picture of the craft that I'm doing today, and it'll have all that information in there for you. Now I can see where this hat... Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I thought I had it tilted to the side and it looked like it was off kilter, but I guess not. I think I'm off kilter with my glasses. Okay. Little dot here, little dot there. Okay, so we have our little rickrack on, and so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this upholstery thread to use as a little tie here to hang, so you can hang them from the tree. Now what I like about this upholstery thread is that it is incredibly strong. It's not like regular thread, and you can buy this at Walmart where the regular thread is. It's called upholstery thread, and you'll probably miss it unless you look really close to see that word that says upholstery on it. It comes in white and black. Now, I'm sure they have it at other places too. It's just that that's where I bought this. And it's been really wonderful for so many things. But I didn't want to put any big bulky thread on this, so I'm just slipping it like this and tying it on the back, and then I'll tie it in a couple of overhand knots at the top. Whoops, I thought I had tied that, but I guess it didn't go through. Okay. And this is, like I said, this is nice if you don't want anything real bulky to show, you know, because this has so much on it. Now, I didn't want to draw attention to it by putting any type of bail on it, you know, with big bulky string hanging from it. And this is also nice for delicate crafts. Beautiful, delicate crocheted crafts and things like this, or things like that. I should say craft ornaments. And I'll do one more. Can't hurt. There we go. Snip this off. If you want to, you can put a little tiny dab of triple thick at the end of this knot just to hold it. And then see, you have what looks like this. So I think that this turned out pretty cute. So I hope you enjoy making this, and once again, the pattern will be in the first comment below, as well as on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and you can find all links and patterns on my blog from now on. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd love to see what you do with this ornament and how you decorated your own. Come visit me on my Facebook group at Happy Birds Glitter Nest, and I hope to see you there. So God bless you all. Bye-bye.